Hi everybody, it's Ramona here again from Connect Your Angels, and I've recently been asked by some of my YouTube subscribers if I would do a video about crystals. And I mean, that's many videos in and of itself, but I wanted to start out with the sort of the basic toolkit. If you are going to get started working with crystals, what are the main ones you want to get right away and cover what they are good for. So crystals can be used on multi-levels. Basically, they're great for physical healing, but also for emotional and spiritual healing. So I'll try to talk to some of those points in the video, and then after I'm done, what I will do is in the notes section below, I'll write a little bit more about some of the other uses that you can use them for. So the top three that I always recommend my clients start with if they're interested in getting working with crystals are clear quartz, rose quartz, and amethyst. And I'm going to show you some different ways that you can, or different ways that they, you can buy them and sort of what the different things are. So I have a whole bunch here in front of me. So when I first started, I think one of the first things I bought was just the typical crystal, clear quartz crystal point. And they come in different sizes. This one's a little bit bigger, I guess width-wise, but they're not that big. You can see based on the size that they are in my hand. And so these are great to use for meditation. Get ones that feel really good in your hand, and they're really, useful for a starter clear quartz. You may also see when you're shopping ones that look very similar to that. These here are actually Lemurian seed crystals, and those are really special because they are encoded with information that's said to come from Lemuria, which was the predecessor to Atlantis. So within these crystals, there's information encoded, and I don't know if you can see based on how I'm showing this in the video, but they have these little lines or striations down the sides of them, and that's kind of one of the things you want to look for in a Lemurian seed crystal, but there's way more to it than that. I could do a whole other video just on that. So just to know that these look very similar to these types of ones, but they are a little bit different, okay? Now you can also find them polished, which like this, which is like a palm stone, fits really nicely in your palm, and it's nice to hold for meditation, or if you just, need to connect with your stones. I like to use these in Reiki and give them to my clients to hold in their hands during the Reiki session. So again, if you like the polished ones, you can also work with those. Then there's these types that are cut and polished points. These are really nice. This one I really like because it's got a lot of really cool stuff going on the inside there, and it's quite sparkly. I really like this guy. And then last year I went on a bit of a clear quartz bonanza, and I wanted to get some bigger pieces. So I have this big Bubba here. This one is part of my healing grid that I like to use when I do Reiki work. So that's another one that's got the little seed crystals kind of growing off of it. I don't know if you can notice that or see that. Maybe around this side you can see it a little bit better. So this one is also cut and polished, but it's kind of more in its raw form, I guess you could say. You could probably hear my family coming in here. Lots of ruckus in the background. Here's another clear quartz piece. Okay, there's that one. And then this one kind of has a lot more of the little seeds, crystals. Maybe if I back up, you can see a little better growing off of it. So that's a really nice piece. I like that one. There's some really cool little babies on there. And then this is another white quartz that I have. So this one is really nice too, with these 2 points that are growing off of there. So you can see you can find them in all different shapes and forms. White quartz is basically a feel better stone. It improves the quality of your life, makes you feel happier in general, re-energizes you, which is important. A lot of people are suffering from burnout. It can help any condition, okay? So that's why I like to work with this, because it's kind of an umbrella stone, right? It's an umbrella. It works for all different things, helps to focus your mind. So if you're working away and you need to really focus on what you're doing, have some clear quartz by. I talked about using it in meditation. It does aid meditation, so I like to meditate with my clear quartz, either with, again, like a smooth stone like this, or sometimes just these points. Holding those into my hand feel really nice, and this one especially, it has almost like this little groove here where my thumb sits, and that's really nice. And the other thing that's great about clear quartz is it relieves negativity, okay? And again, in a workplace, there's usually always some kind of negativity going on. So if you have some clear quartz with you, it's really helpful to help with that. You can just slip it into your pocket or have it around your workstation, or maybe in a drawer if you don't want people to see your crystals sitting out. But this will really, really, really help. So that's why it's a good starter one for people to have, because it kind of covers off everything. And they're pretty inexpensive. You can find them all over the place. You know, whether you go to a actual crystal store or a metaphysical bookstore that also sells crystals. You can also order them online. I like to see them though in person, because I like to kind of feel them all and see which ones I'm guided to. That's the best way to pick a crystal, or more importantly, I guess, it picks you. You'll just know when you see it, you'll be like, yep, that one's coming home with me. Okay, so that is clear quartz. Now, the other one that I love for people to start out working with is amethyst. And the cool thing with amethyst is it magnifies the energy of all the other crystals it's around. So it's a great one to work in partnership with your clear quartz if you have that, right? It will help that. It is good for overall protection. Again, great in the workplace if there's all that negative stuff going on. It's good for physical, mental, and emotional balance. A lot of us are kind of all over the place. We don't have that balance. So amethyst can really, really help you with that. And it enhances self-esteem, right? Because we're always kind of beating ourselves up and all that kind of stuff. Again, it's great for meditation and your contact to spirit. It really helps to open up that contact with spirit so you can hear the messages better, and just generally in your spirituality. It's a great stone with that. So here's a couple of pieces here. This is a raw, these are both raw amethyst. You can sort of see on the other side, it just has sort of that, what's the word? I can't even think of it now. But anyway, it's like a big geode, right? Like if you were to just find a big ugly looking stone and you crack into it, and this is the inside. This is all the beautiful crystals that are in there, and that's how they are in nature, right? These lovely raw amethysts. But you can also find it tumbled, right? Little like little ones, sort of like this, okay? More roundy polished ones like this. And this is actually, I think it's called a dog tooth amethyst, this one. You can also find them in points. I have a double pointed one like this, right? And even in jewelry. I'm actually wearing an amethyst bracelet here that I really like to wear. So, you know, all different ways. You'll see these everywhere. And again, pretty inexpensive, not very much at all. So I like that because it's accessible for people, the amethyst. So I love this. And if you are born if you're a Pisces, or no, I guess it's more like February, the birthstone of February. If you're born in February, amethyst is your birthstone. So that will just be anybody who's just had a birthday. All right, now we're going to talk about another great stone, rose quartz. And that really helps to magnify creativity and imagination. So it helps writers, artists, musicians. So I like to have it around when I'm writing. It really does help. And it's overall a calming stone. It just helps to calm you down. It's also great for forgiveness, love, relationships, and romance. So if you're, getting out of a relationship and you need to heal from that and forgive, then it's great for that. But it's also great to move on and help you manifest that new relationship that you're looking for. It also helps your female energy. So, if you find you're kind of more or you're not balanced, you have more of the male energy going on, you need to bring back some of the feminine. It helps with that. So it's great for crisis, anger, frustration, stress, all that stuff that's going on. Like I said, it's a calming stone, so it can really help you with all, just lower the levels of all of that guilt, grief, inadequacy, right? Again, that we're talking about how we beat ourselves up all the time. Jealousy, resentment, and if you feel like you've been emotionally wounded, okay, and you're holding that in and you're carrying that around, the rose quartz can really help. It's kind of like a bubble bath for your emotions. That's a great way to explain it. So here I have this beautiful piece. Here's another raw piece. It's kind of not showing it, but it is pink. It is sort of a beautiful pink, rosy color. I also have another one of those palm stones in a rose quartz. So again, it's nice to sit in your hand and just it's so smooth and it's cool and it feels nice and it's great to hold on to if you're meditating again, or you just need to calm yourself down, right? If you're at work and there's that tension and that stress, have one of these. You can just hold on to it in your hand. They come in tumbled. This is a larger tumbled stone. This one I kind of like because it fits my hand really well, right? Just kind of like, that's just the shape of it. And sometimes you'll even see little figurines and things made out of these stones. So this is just a little rose quartz bear that I have. There he is there. So they're kind of neat to have this decoration in your space if you like that, right? Some people have these in the shapes of their totem animals. So that's kind of what I consider the big three, or the main three. Again, it's clear quartz, amethyst, and rose quartz if you want to get started with working with crystals. So again, you can have them around you just in your general vicinity, right? You can carry them in a pocket. You can have them around your workspace at work. You can have them in jewelry. Those are some of the different ways that you can work with them. So if you want to get started, those are ones you can get started with very inexpensively, and they're also pretty readily available. So you can get started almost right away if you like to do that. Now, I've also been asked about ways to clear the crystals and to clean them. So that is important. It's very important after you bring one home from the store, before you actually start to work with it, there's some things you need to do. So I'm going to do another whole video just on that, okay? So that explains sort of the different methods to clean them, when you clean them, and other things that you need to know about working with crystals to get started. And then I want to do another whole video all about which crystals to work with to kind of ward off negativity and keep you protected and safe from all of that stuff. So that's another video I want to do. So stay tuned. There are going to be a few more videos coming. And again, you can check out the notes section here on this video underneath. It'll put a little bit more information on what the amethyst, the clear quartz, and the rose quartz can be used for, okay? Because there's just so many things, like I said, especially when you get into the physical aspects of what they can be used for. So check that out, and then post here, let me know if you like the video, what other questions you might have regarding crystals, and I will do my best to help you out. So thanks again for watching, and stay tuned for the next coming videos. Thanks, guys.